The little smile she has before she eats her peach is so cute. Then it just dissolves into nothing. Anyway, hello everybody, my name is Christian, and today we are going to be doing the post 2.0 account overview. Alright, camera zoom back out. So, I just finished the Penacony storyline to where it's currently at 2 days ago. I have finally caught up on the story after, not doing my job as a YouTuber for a little bit. So I finally finished that, saw the conclusion. I also now have Harmony Trailblazer. And I have finally upgraded my Trailblaze level to the max. But we're all done with that now, so now I'm going to take you guys through my account once again, kind of give a bit of an update on some characters that I have, some characters that I use, and just talking about the game again. I quite liked doing the last video, and I feel like it was pretty fun to read the comments about that and how bad I am at the game, which is still completely accurate. But hey, I've gotten a little better. A little bit. Don't expect miracles, but I at least changed some things from last video that I'm hoping people will appreciate. Alright, let's get into it. So right now, my most commonly used team for almost all content is Kafka, Black Swan, Acheron, and Lynx. So this is my team that I actively use the most. And I have to say, God, I love Acheron so much. She has made this game so much more fun. It's not even the fact that she's broken, just everything about her, even in the story, is so cool. There's so much to like about her character, and it does help that she's also extremely good and one of the more fun characters to use in the game, in my opinion. She's so different from other Nihility characters, and it makes for a nice change of pace compared to, the usual ones that I use. There's Guinaifen over there in the corner. Here's another thing to talk about briefly, is my sustain unit. So I know a few people were ragging on me because I still used E2 Bailu instead of using E6 Lynx. So I did actually try to build Lynx, and I started switching around, started using her a bit more. Yeah, alright. I see what you guys were talking about. So Lynx is actually very good. So actually, we're going to start with Lynx, because despite me improving my characters a little bit, I'm still not too far along the building process for many of them. Building characters is so boring, dude. It's so hard to get the optimal relics and traces. The trace farming is probably the most boring thing to me, but... So taking a look here, I'm missing the effect res slots, and then this defense slot, and this HP slot, which is... This HP slot's actually really important. I should fill in this HP slot. So, we have our ultimate here, which is at... that's 8. Normal restore is at 6. The talent for the restore is at 8, and basic attack's at 4, because, that's how God works. Actually, wait, can I fix this right now? Yeah, I'm gonna use Tears of Dreams, low-key. Alright, so I have that at level 9 now, but for the light cone, we have post-op conversation, which is at super in position 4, and it gives energy regeneration rates up 14%. And also the outgoing healing is now at 21%. This is something I still have to go level up again, but again, I've been not really grinding abundance traces with all the new characters that have been coming out, or the new ones that I've been building instead. But still, this light cone has been working really well. And then when we go to relics, what I have on her is I have this energy regen rope. I have the Fleet of the Ageless HP sphere, which its stats are okay, I guess. Then we just have standard speed boots with HP on them, which is nice. We have outgoing healing boost. I'm never really too sure if HP percent or outgoing healing boost is better, but I feel like I get better results with outgoing healing boost, so that's usually what I stick with. It's not really the biggest deal though. I kind of just go off of what the internet says, and it says that HP and outgoing healing boost are kind of interchangeable, so I just use whichever one's more readily available. I might have a better HP one, honestly, but we'll see. This arm piece, which is kind of a whole bunch of nothing, but once again, HP percent, which is nice. And this headpiece, which has nothing of real note, except for defense 20%, which is very nice. Ever since I started using Lynx with her ultimates, it's been a lot easier. And how often she gets it with the energy regen. Before this, I actually had a purple energy regen rope there, and it was still doing very well, so I'm very excited to see, like, if there's that much of a big difference with the new rope, because there are definitely some times where I imagine it would be. So now we're going to move on to probably what I got flamed for the most last time was my Black Swan. Update, she's not much better. So let's get into this real quick. So when looking at her total stats, actually let me go back to the center page. Looking at her total stats, we have 3,100 attack, less than 1,000 defense, which I'm not too keen about, 133 speed, which I'm also very mad about because she doesn't have a trace for speed, so I'm going to have to redo a relic at some point to try and get an additional speed on her, and her effect hit rate is only at 81. I know you want more effect hit rate. I'm trying so hard. I need to get a different rope. Like, this isn't even that good of a rope for her. Where are the traces? The traces are once again kind of okay. I do have her talent maxed out at least, because that was the most important thing to me. And then having this attack boost node unlocked at some point should be able to give me a bit more wiggle room to hopefully get that extra defense I need. Light Cone, good night, sleep well. It works well for almost every Nihility character. Shocker. Black Swan is just one of those characters where I just love using her. She's extremely helpful. And honestly, I've used her in situations where she really even shouldn't have been that helpful, but she kind of just works. It's honestly very, very nice just how helpful of a character she is with the debuff assistance. Like, those Arcana cards are just so good at layering on damage that I feel like you just wouldn't be able to get otherwise. I've very much enjoyed using Black Swan, and I'm also very glad that I kind of fixed the build a little bit. I'm still not too keen on the speed. I'm so mad that it's 1 under, but you know, shit happens, I guess. So next up, we're going to move on to Kafka. Chilling at 3,100 attack, 1,200 defense, which I did not know her defense was above 1,000, which is, I'll take that, that's nice. Speed, 139, I actually just fixed that today. Looking at what we got here, we have the 15 for the speed boots. We got 15 on these cuffs, which have 6 speed on them, which is where I'm getting that little boost from. I very much like these. Then, that also had some attack on it, which is nice. We got this, which is, it's okay, I guess. It's alright. This is where the defense is coming from, at least. And this headpiece gives an additional 7 speed. Kafka is just still consistently one of the most fun units to use. She is so powerful. And I know some people think that her and Black Swan don't pair as well with Akron. And to be fair, that's not wrong per se. But me personally, I still really like how the pairing works out of Black Swan getting to inflict the Arcana card. And then you get the follow-up damage from Kafka with her Gentle But Cruel. Then you can still detonate DOTs, it still gathers more of Akron's ult charge, and then Akron still gets to attack afterward. The only thing is that Lynx doesn't really contribute that much to the strategy, but also, you know, she keeps everybody alive, so that's, you know, not dying is nice. Overall, very good unit, and then usually I can also substitute in Guinaifen still. So my Guinaifen build has changed a little bit from last time. First of all, she now has 137 speed, which is nice. Her attack did lower a little bit, but it's not horrible. Defense is still okay. And then she has a I guess, a fine amount of crit damage. I don't know. I don't really need her to crit. She knows what she's here for. Looking at traces, most of this just comes from the fact that she is E6, I believe? Yep. Most of this comes from the fact that she's E6. This is the last node I need for her. I need this effect hit rate, because right now, her effect hit rate is at 62.7, and I need it to be at around 67. So once I get that node, I am basically set for Guinaifen. Actually, am I capable of getting it right now? Oh, hey, actually I can. Alright, perfect. My Guinaifen is how I want her now. I don't use her as much just because this team of Acheron, Lynx, Black Swan, Kafka has been kind of the go-to and they work really well. But still, Guinaifen is still very helpful. I still use her in MOC whenever I can because fire weakness has been coming up recently. Still a great character. Yeah, so now we'll go through some characters that are a bit more random sitting at the top here. So Himeko. Himeko is not really fully built yet. I mean, the attack is nice. The crit rate and crit damage isn't great. Speed is still a bit low. Erudition, Light Cone, Genius's Repose. Yeah, it's still not even like leveled up to at least 70. And her traces are miserable. I was working on Himeko as a project for a little bit, and I was trying to get everything she needed. As you can see, I found a lot of pieces I was happy with. The biggest problems I was having was with her link rope and then the planar sphere. Also, this is an attack one, because I could not find a good crit one. I kind of had to put the Himeko project to the, I had to put it in the back for a little bit, just because there were a lot of characters I had to work on to actually get coherent teams. And not even coherent teams, but just, I don't know. I like trying to build as many characters as I can, so I kind of half-ass a lot of them. It's not my greatest quality, but hey, you're still watching. So next, we got Ranmei. Not much has changed with my Ranmei. She still has this light cone, which is super imposition 2. The biggest thing is that while her traces are still low, much lower than I want them to be, I can level them up, but we'll talk about why they're not fully leveled up in a second. Her relics are a bit better now. I was considering switching her to the Watchmaker set, but it's not the biggest deal currently. The only thing I did was I switched around some pieces to get her to 138 speed, which is a lot closer to what I wanted her to be, so I'm a lot more content with where she's at right now. We're gonna go to Bronya and Zila real quick before I go back to Jingliu. So, Bronya. I got her as my free 5-star selector, so now I have Bronya. I'm still in the process of building her. As you can see, traces are getting up there. I have 8 and 8 for her more important abilities. I still need to get this crit damage node as well. And her relics are an absolute shit show, because I'm still missing very good ones. I'm still working on getting pieces I like for her. And then I have the past and future light cone, which I will fully enhance at a later point. But that's how the Bronya progress is coming along. I'm excited to get to use her at some point, but I had to once again pivot to a character that we will talk about in a little bit. Zila is the exact same. I'm so sorry for those of you who see the crit rate. I will fix her at some point. That will be a future video, actually, is rebuilding Zila in 1 week. I promise. Now let's go back to Jingliu. I finally got my Jingliu to a higher crit rate. I had to sacrifice a little bit of crit damage, but 37.3% crit rate with her boost is enough to actually trigger the stupid Rudolent Arena. She can finally actually utilize its benefits. The biggest problem is that she isn't quite at that second speed threshold, and I just need to get this node. I will fix it eventually. Also, this crit damage node would be nice as well. That's about where I am with my Jingliu build. It's actually much closer to what I wanted it to be finally. I wish I had a bit more attack, but I'm relatively content with this. It could be a lot worse. Now we finally get to some other things. I went out of my way and got a sustain unit like the comments told me to. I really wanted Robin, but I had to save for Firefly either way, and I knew Swan was going to be the other banner running alongside Boot Hill. I decided to be a good person, and instead of pulling for the new character, I pulled for Swan instead. She's still actively in the process of being built, but we got about 6,000 HP, about 1,500 defense, 136 speed, and we're still working on the relics. They have a bit more in the way of stats to get, so I'm actually pretty happy with the progress. As for traces, we're at 9 out of 10 on her skill, and we're at 8 out of 10 on talent. The last thing I really care about getting is this HP boost, and besides that, could be a lot worse. Light Cone, we have Landau's Choice. I wish I could superimpose it. I actually don't own another Landau's Choice, surprisingly, so it's kind of just whatever. But I'm actually pretty content with the Swan build. It's coming along pretty well, and I'm going to start incorporating her more once she's fully complete the way I want her to be. We're going to talk about Bailu briefly. I've basically entirely stopped using Bailu. I replaced a lot of Lynx's worse relics with Bailu's, and as a result, Lynx has just become a lot better and more usable. The auto res you get out of Bailu is nice, but also if your characters just aren't really dying in the first place, it matters a lot less. Her traces are still relatively meh. I didn't really invest that much because this was an early game character that I got, so I just didn't understand how to play the game too much. Light Cone is still the same, but obviously Lynx's is just far better. That's Bailu. I still like her a lot, but I don't need her anymore at this point. Especially now having Swan, I'm hoping those two can become my more consistent sustained duo. Any other changes I've made? Here's another one. Tingyun. Her defense stat pisses me the hell off. I lost in one of the MOCs multiple times because she kept dying on the last turn before I could get the kill. I switched in Ron Mei. I won first try because Ron Mei's defense is just that much better. I don't know why I can't get better defense on Tingyun. I've tried very hard. It just doesn't work out. The biggest upgrade I've made for Tingyun is actually her speed stat. She's now at 151 speed. I've still yet to even fully upgrade her speed boots. There are quite a few things here that still need to be fully leveled, but I have 6 speed on the gloves, 20 speed from the boots. I have 2 speed from this hat. I have 2 speed from the body piece, and I believe I have speed on one other thing here. No, I do not actually. But I have an energy regen rope, and then whatever this is, it's an attack orb. It's kind of okay. I wish it had more defense, hopefully whenever I finish rolling. My Tingyun has actually been very helpful for a lot of the Memory of Chaos stuff, and just general gameplay with Jingliu usually. Still got past and future on her, and then the traces still need a little bit more work, but because she's E6, she gets a bit of a boost, so that helps out a lot. I'm pretty content with my Tingyun. I still don't use her very often despite her being my favorite character, but she's good. This is the part where we start getting to the end of the list. I already did the video initially where I kind of showed like the progress on a lot of other characters, if I had what Eidolon I have of them, if they were built at any point. So we're not going to do all that again. We will go near the end here so I can talk about some of the characters I was having as projects. So first of all, I've still not touched Ratio. I am so sorry to all of his fans. We have Gallagher. Gallagher was somebody I was working on. I was trying to get some better pieces for him. These are okay. I'm not super content with them, and I have been incapable of getting another Fleet of the Ageless HP sphere, so that's been a bit upsetting. And his traces still have very little work done besides unlocking the first 2 bonus abilities. I really want to build him. I'm going to keep trying to build him, because I want to use him with Firefly. We'll see how that actually goes. Moving on. I upgraded Pela a little bit to a higher level, just so I could get the pass for her, but I still have not done anything to build her. And it's a shame, because I know she's supposed to actually be pretty good with Acheron. I will try and rectify that in the future, since she is actually such a good unit. I really wanted to build Shui Yi. I heard about the Harmony Trailblazer. I got really hype about Break Effect. I really wanted to try and build Shui Yi. I got her to a higher level, and then I kind of just gave up. I made really no progress again, because instead of building her, then I started looking at Gallagher, and then I got Fushuan, and then I wanted to try and fix other characters I was using. It was a whole mess. I will be back for Shui and Gallagher very soon. And here's the last one. I now also have Gepard. So, funny story with that. I was in a call with friends, and we were all doing warps together. So, multiple of them were trying to get Boot Hill, and I went into it knowing, okay, I'm going to try and get Fushuan. So, we all did our pulls. Sorry, I had to take a cut there. I was around 80-something pity for Robin. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, so the Fushuan banner came out, so I did a 10 pull on that. Or no, I think I did one normal pull for Fushuan. And instead of getting Fushuan, I got Gepard. And I had even told my friends, guys, wouldn't it be so funny if the preservation logo flashes and then it's Gepard? And it happened. Nobody will believe me, but you can ask them. It happened, and I laughed my ass off. So then, I did a 10 pull immediately afterward. Or I might have done a 10 pull, and then it just transferred over. Either way, I got Fushuan at, what was it? I believe it was 8 pity. So yeah, I'm pretty content with that, actually. So I ended up getting 2 preservation units in about 10 pulls. I'm very content with it. Now Gepard is being relegated to the bench because I simply do not have the time to build him. I'm very sorry, my sweet prince, but just I don't have... I was too focused on making Fushuan since I kind of wanted her more because I knew how good she was. So Gepard is kind of being relegated to the back here. I can at least upgrade him to get the free pass real quick. That's about everything character-wise, so we're going to take a brief trip over to, is it Databank? No, it's Achieved. What am I doing? I realize I didn't really show this. It's not really the most important, but I have 399 achievements. Also, for the Trailblazer one, so possess 4 light cones at level 80. I think I have 1. And the Rail Onto the Stars! I've still never finished the Trailblaze continuance at the Herta space station. I will try and fix that at some point. My bad, everybody. The last thing I'm going to talk about, I think... Well, we'll talk about 2 things to end off. So we're actually going to head back to the parlor car real quick. Alright, so we're back at the parlor car. So now I will briefly touch on... I'm still very bad at this game. Let's all keep that in mind. Please be gentle. But my current memory of Chaos Progress is far from impressive. It's far from impressive. But the last one, which will be gone by the time this video comes out, Dream Within a Dream, I made it to MOC 8, and I could probably beat 9, maybe. And a song's true theme, I am currently at 8, and I have not done it yet because I see Yanqing, and he annoys me. The last thing I'm going to talk about, not important at all. I currently have 154 warps saved up to use on Firefly, and I'm probably going to have over 160 by the time she comes out. If I somehow go to 90 or something pity twice in a row, I swear to God, I am going to throw myself off of a very, very, very large cliff. And that about ends... Hold on, let me get a cinematic view here. And that about ends everything off. So that was the second account overview. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I really just wanted to do this because it is actually just a lot of fun to talk about the game, talk about my own accounts, and just kind of hear what people in the comments have to say. Hearing a lot of the comments last time kind of inspired me to actually go fix quite a few of the builds that I had problems with. Keep in mind, again, they're not perfect, and they're really not that much better, but quite a few of them are improved in some way, shape, or form, and sometimes in a substantial way, shape, or form. And I've actually really enjoyed doing that and getting to hear about, like, what I should be doing, what I should be looking to change, blah, 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 blah. it was a fun thing for me, so I thought I would do it again, and I hope you guys enjoyed. It probably won't be a super consistent thing, but I probably will keep doing these in the future just as a kind of fun, easy video that I can use to just talk with you guys and hopefully get some nice responses and learn a few more things about the game. I think that about ends everything off, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more fun Star Rail content. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.